Good afternoon. I am Dr. Sunny Foy, and I'm a health and wellness coach, and I feel great to be here with you this afternoon to share a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of food for thought. I was having a conversation with one of my close cousins and friend about how do you practice being a vegetarian or a vegan. And just the key word in this whole topic is practicing, because it is not something that you can just jump into. I've been a practicing vegetarian for the last 15 years, and I'm slowly moving to becoming a vegan. I wanted to share with you what that means and how I recommend that you start on your journey. One of the things people do quite often that really gets them caught up is that they want to just start out real and just quit cold turkey. But if you've been eating meat all your life, 7 days a week, and you just think you're going to be able to stop, I don't recommend that. The way that I recommend you go about it is that you slowly give up your meat. When I started, I slowly gave up pork. I didn't eat any pork. And then I slowly gave up beef. And then the next thing that I gave up was turkey. And then finally chicken was the last thing. For some people that might work. What you could do too is you don't have to even be a full-time vegetarian. You could say, you know, on Fridays, I'm not going to eat any meat and give up meat. And then you could do that for a few weeks and decide, you know what, this wasn't so bad. Now I'm going to do this every Wednesday and Friday. And then slowly you eliminate the meat in your diet until you're eventually a full-time vegetarian or either a part-time vegetarian. I think it's good to give up meat at least once or twice a week if you can't go the full-time route, because we do need to, you know, eat other things beside meat. We don't need meat to survive, and we don't have to have meat at every meal like we've been conditioned to believe. One of the things that I also tell people is there's several different types of vegetarians. For example, if you eat fish, you're considered a pescatarian. And I do eat fish. I consider myself a combination of a pescatarian and a lacto-ovo, which is someone who does eat some dairy and some eggs, dairy and eggs. So I do eat eggs, and not every day, maybe once a week or every couple of weeks. And I do eat, I don't drink milk, but I love Greek yogurt. That is like one of the best things in the world. So I eat a lot of yogurt, and that's what I get my protein from. I get my protein from also tofu, and I eat quinoa. It's a whole grain. They have spinach quinoa and regular quinoa. You can add vegetables and all kind of mushrooms and things to it. It's really good, and it's the only grain that is a complete protein, which I love. So it's got a wonderful, wonderful amount of benefits for you. So as far as practicing becoming a vegetarian, you can go that route. And then for those of you who want to become a vegan, there's different types of vegans too. If you want to do the whole raw vegan, they don't eat anything cooked over 118 degrees, because after that, it's no longer considered a raw diet because all of the enzymes have been cooked out of the food. I did raw vegan for 30 days. I loved it. It was tough because my job where I work, there are not a lot of food options like that. So if I ever do it again, I'll have to be able to have my food prepared well in advance. But I did really well. Matter of fact, I lost 10 pounds not even trying, just eating a vegan diet. I had a lot of energy. I felt great. I looked great. So I recommend that. You can also just be vegan, where you do eat, like a vegan diet is just not eating any type of processed food or any, like for me, I would go to the Mother's Market, and they have a counter, and I would get some, you know, a salad, a kale salad, or some kind of salad that was fresh, that was not processed, if you will. So I did that too a lot when I was just doing the regular vegan diet. The raw vegan is really hard for those. So I don't recommend you attempt that right now if you've never given up eating meat, okay? Some of the foods that I eat as a vegetarian, in the morning I'll have steel-cut oatmeal with fresh fruit. I'll have a banana sometimes, at least 2 or 3 pieces of fruit. We really need about 5 to 7 pieces of fruit a day and 5 to 7 pieces of fresh veggies. And unfortunately, we don't get nearly enough of that in our diet. I drink a lot of water. I drink half of my body weight in water, in ounces. So I drink about 75 ounces of water a day. If I'm working out, I'll drink more than that. And lately I haven't been able to work out like I was working out, where I was running 30 miles a week and doing all this crazy stuff. Now I'm just doing a lot more walking to kind of save my knees and my back and my body a little bit longer. And I'm now getting into riding bicycles. I love that too. So you need to be working out. You need to do, and that can be just in the form of walking. You could do yoga. That's another great workout. You can swim, for those of you who can't handle that and that real hardcore workout. Swimming's the best exercise. So I would say between yoga and swimming, you'll be in optimal shape. Getting back to my food intake, for lunch I might have a scoop of tuna. Remember, I'm a pescatarian. I might have a piece of salmon, some cottage cheese, sometimes with fresh fruit. I'll have yogurt, some soup. I eat a lot of soup, but not cream-based soups. I eat a lot of lentil soup, vegetable soup, things like that. Nothing with cream in it, because that's really high in fat. They found that women who eat soup at least 3 times a week lose up to 5 pounds more a year than women who don't. So soup is a really great way to there's a lot of fiber in it, so it fills you up. I eat also for lunch. I'll have more fruit, more veggies. I love to get like a mixed bag of veggies and just eat those raw, because I love crunchy stuff, and it's like eating, it satisfies that urge for the crunch, if you will. I'm driving, so I'm looking over my shoulder. Forgive me for turning. The other thing that I've been doing is I found this kale crunch. It's dehydrated kale with dehydrated collard greens, ginger, and coconut in it. And it's a crunchy, it's only 120 calories per bag. I buy it at Mother's, or either at, you can also buy it at Whole Foods. It is the bomb. And it's crunchy, it's green, it looks like marijuana in a way, but it is great. It's great to eat, and it's really low in calories. So if you need something crunchy, I recommend some Kale Crunch. What else do I do? For dinner, I really don't eat a lot of dinner unless I'm going out to dinner. And then sometimes I just splurge and I'll have a whole meal. But a lot of times I drink my meal. I'll get a protein smoothie, because that's 400 calories. So you remember, when you're doing that kind of stuff, that's considered a meal replacement. Sometimes I'll eat a protein bar. I love the Odwalla bars because they're really flavorful and they have a lot of protein, but they can be high in calories. So again, if you're eating those kinds of things, those are considered meal replacements, and not just you eat that and you eat a meal. I don't eat a lot of pasta. I try to stay away from bread, and if I do eat bread, I try to eat either some type of pita bread or the Ezekiel 579 bread, which is sprouted bread. You need to keep that bread in the refrigerator, because it will get moldy very quickly. I eat vegetarian chilies, really yummy. I eat a lot, again, beans. I love beans. And if I eat it with rice, I try to eat it with brown rice. If I go out to eat, like at a soul food place, I love to get the vegetarian platter. And I usually get the yams, the greens with no meat in it, the green beans with no meat in it, and sometimes I get the red beans and rice. And that's a meal fit for a vegetarian. It's really filling. So there's ways you can eat out. There's no excuse that it's not convenient, it's not affordable. Beans don't cost that much. You can make a big pot of beans, put them in containers, label them with the date on them, freeze them, and eat them when you need them, okay? Brown rice, you can make a thing of brown rice as well. You can have fresh veggies around in baggies all ready to go. You can have fresh fruit, grab an apple, cantaloupe, sliced up. Watermelon's coming back in the season. All the wonderful fruits for the season right now are like peaches and plums, nectarines. Those things are grab and go. They don't cost that much. I buy all my produce at Sprouts in California. I don't know if they have Sprouts everywhere. I don't think so. But if you can find you a farmer's market type of place, that's the best place. It's the best fast food. Fresh fruits and veggies. I love hummus. Sometimes I'll eat hummus with some of my veggies. So I do cheat. I love frozen yogurt. So when I want to splurge, here I come, yogurt meal. I love Yogurtland too. And I pig out on some yogurt, but I don't feel guilty because I know I try to eat healthy the rest of the week. So those are just my tips on how to start. Hit me back up and let me know how you're doing. You can reach me at tfoy2000@yahoo.com, and I'd be more than happy to give you some tips. Until we meet again, enjoy your weekend. And remember, practicing vegetarianism or veganism is a journey. And you might not always stay on the road or the right path, but you can easily get back on. All right? Have a great day. Bye-bye.